What's up guys, and welcome to another video. Now I've done a lot of thinking and I've decided to try this devlog style video for the game I've been working on for like the past week. Now I can't promise that there will be a lot of videos on it as I have problems with getting bored and unmotivated, and I end up start working on something new or completely stop because I lose motivation and just end up watching YouTube for hours upon hours. Now I hope doing a video like this might help me continue working on the game, not lose as much interest in it, and maybe get some possible cool ideas from you guys. Now I should probably mention that I have only some coding experience on Roblox and I'm not the best at it. Now don't get me wrong, I have made games in the past, but they're not the best and they're just like little projects that I've worked on to like learn from and have fun on. So I started working on the game with the thought that it'd be cool to make a game with a wall running mechanic. Now I've never made something like this before, and like I said earlier, I only have some knowledge with coding. So the most logical thing that I did was look up a tutorial on YouTube and go from there, which I found this neat tutorial by How to Roblox, and I suggest you guys go check them out as they have many nice tutorials that even could possibly help you guys if you're struggling with trying to make something for your game. After implementing the wall running in the game, you can now... So it turns out that I made a slight syntax error and you can now run on the wall like so. Since wall running without any camera tilt is weird to me, I ended up searching on the Roblox dev forum to see if I could find anything to help me do that. And I ended up finding this bit of code to tilt the camera when you press and hold Q and E. The sad thing is when you move your character, the camera stays put and doesn't even follow your character. After a little bit more searching on the dev forums, I came across this code that tilts your camera in the direction that you move, going from side to side. This works perfect as I can easily add this to the code when you're attached to a wall. It works like a charm, and the only thing that I needed to change was the direction the camera tilts depending on the side of the wall that you're running on. I found quickly that you can't really jump from one wall to another with a large gap because then you end up just looking like an idiot dropping off one wall, going to the floor, hopping off the floor onto the other wall. So I ended up adding a double jump mechanic so you can easily jump from wall to wall without having to rely on any floor beneath you, as well as adding some temporary buildings. After adding both the wall run and double jump mechanics, I've decided to make a quick, simple screen menu, as well as disabling the choice to have your own character appearance load. When you click the play button, the screen will fade in and out of black and you'll be teleported to this area and you're free to do whatever and try out the mechanics of the game. I ended up coming up with the idea that it would probably be cool to customize your character as well. That includes being able to choose your hair, your face, your shirt, your pants, and your skin color. One thing I forgot to mention is that remember to always check to see if any other scripts interfere with what you're trying to achieve when adding new things, because god did I have a field day when making the menu screen. When allowing a couple of friends to test the game, one of them ended up finding a bug where you could spam in the menu and release your character from being frozen, now allowing you to be able to move freely in the menu screen. But it would also for some reason mess with the camera if your character hit their head on something. At the end of the day, the problem was caused because of the double jumping would end up resetting your player's jump power and walk speed because it's connected to a script that is also used for checking stamina. So all I did was add a couple of lines of extra code to check if the player was in the menu or not using a boolean value. Oh yeah, did I mention that I added stamina? Not only did I do that, I made the GUIs for both stamina and health so that you can keep track of them. If your stamina gets too low, you'll not be able to run on walls until a certain point. Anything like running, wall running, and jumping will use up stamina, so you better hope your stamina doesn't get too low while you're running on walls, or you'll just end up falling to your death because there's also fall damage. Once I was done with all that, I ended up adding more clothing, faces, and hairstyles to the character customization. At this point in time, there are a total of 30 hairstyles, 42 faces, 32 shirts, 18 pants, and 12 skin colors. If there are any shirts, pants, hairstyles, or even faces you would like me to add to the game, you can go ahead and comment them down below and maybe I'll end up adding them to the game. After all that, I ended up adding more to the map to be able to hopefully show and utilize what there is in the game so far. So now there's an area showing you can go up slanted areas if you use the fact that you can jump from wall to wall, as well as a decent sized gap to show that you can also use double jumping for things like that too. The last thing I added was a slide dash mechanic with a 2-second wait time only because it felt right and seemed like it would match the fact that there's already wall running and double jumping already present in the game. That's about everything that I've added to the game that I've been working on for the past 2 weeks. Comment down below and let me know what you guys think and whether or not you would be interested in me trying to do more videos like this in the future. You guys take care of yourselves and have a wonderful day and or night.